Welcome back to Of Dice and Friends, your weekly serving of magic, mayhem, and misadventure. I'm Joey, your host and dungeon master, and last week, our local spice-adverse tiefling had the brilliant idea that if we gained 3 patrons this week, the entire party would do the one-chip challenge, and, well, we did. So, we're gonna film us eating those ridiculously spicy chips after recording this episode, which means by the time you're listening to this, that video will also be live.
Yep, it will be live on our page for 24 hours on our Facebook page. So if you're not following us there, it's Of Dice and Friends podcast. And I'm really sorry, you guys. Yeah, I'm really sorry to your buttholes. I'm sorry to my butthole. And thanks to our new patrons. We love you. And also, ow.
Hey guys, Nolan here. I play Mo the Monk. I'm pretty stoked to eat this chip. It's going to suck, but I mean, like, I'm not really mad about the chip. What I'm really fed up with is elevator music. I mean, it's just so bad on so many levels.
Nolan Testroad, everyone.
Hi, I'm Greg, and I play J.R. Ranstar. And a question I didn't get an answer for the short rest is, what does J.R. wear under his clothes? Well, let me answer that. He wears Thunderpants.
Okay, I'm just staring at Greg right now. So I was thinking maybe we were going to get a little more detail about that, but maybe it's better we don't.
Do you want more detail about that?
Hey.
I would feel he's more of a boxer man.
Yeah.
With
Get
the
a
hearts.
to get a little breeze up there.
Very classic.
I get it.
Well, those Thunderpants could be a little, confining. Probably want a little bit of,
Yeah.
Yeah. This is awkward. I'm Rachel. I'm your friendly neighborhood tiefling who can't handle spicy foods and will be crying in a few hours. Really looking forward to that. Hopefully the video won't make it around the internet too many rounds, but if it does, nice to see you.
Hey, this is Aaron, and I play Finian, the druidic elf who now has a disfigured face and a missing antler. So cool, right? For those of you just tuning in, the whole antler thing probably was a bit of a surprise too.
Yeah.
Yep, he's got antlers, and they grow mushrooms. Finian, what he wears under his armor is probably just a loincloth.
Under his robes? Yeah.
Under his robes, yeah, when he has his armor on, yeah, just loincloth.
What does he wear beneath that?
What do you wear underneath a loincloth? A fig leaf. Modesty.
Hey, it's Sarek. I play Heen the Scion. I'm more upset about the daylight savings time thing than this one chip, and I'm sure I'm going to regret that in about an hour. But yeah, let's get rid of daylight savings.
Here.
Yeah, I agree.
I might be wrong, but wasn't this the final one?
That's what they're saying?
Yeah, I think they're going to make it permanent. So you don't get rid of it. You just make it permanent.
That's
so
fine. Let's get rid of the transitions. I'm done with this.
I agree.
Yeah.
For those of you living in Seattle, sorry.
Well, I had a toast prepared, but Sarek, that just gives me so much hope and optimism. Let's please raise our glasses to the end of daylight savings.
Here.
May we never have to lose another hour of sleep again.
Cheers.
Fuck
Cheers.
DST. Cheers.
Clink.
Chapter 31, Imposter. Nearly 6 months ago, the 5 of you were thawed from the ice in the path of malice. The man who freed you tasked you with a simple purpose: to start a war between the kingdom of Belior and the Triton Empire who conquered it. His hope was to liberate the people of Belior from the tyrant King Sagrim and the mage-hunting seekers who plagued the kingdom. A lot has changed since then. But here he is, standing before you in this dusty dungeon below a mansion in Dragon Spiral. Valier shakes his head, confused yet smiling. You gawk like an ape at an abacus. Yet I should be the one surprised. How did you find me, and why did you release my venomous insects upstairs?
Well, I mean, we weren't looking for you specifically.
You did not come here for me.
No, we were looking for that guy. And I'll point at the big black dragon in the back.
Why are you here for the dragon?
The short story is that these 2 guys, and I'll point at Mo and JR, will literally be dead in a couple days' time if we don't get this dragon back to his really creepy mother who has my corpse decorating her house. Is that a pretty good rundown? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we died again.
Mine as well.
You died again, but you have your bodies, I see.
For the moment. but we need to get this dragon out of here. And if you feel like tagging along, by all means.
He hesitates on this for a moment. Very well, I have no use for the dragon anymore. He's all yours if you'd like him.
What was your use for him previously?
How do you think I survived the trek into the path of malice? I needed the power from a dragon of malice.
I'm going to look between him and the dragon, concerned. Like, are we going to have a problem here?
The dragon is asleep. It looks like the second Valier walked down the steps, magic put the dragon out cold.
Ooh.
That's
what a
handy.
big sleepy boy.
You just want to run up and pet his belly. Just oh, he's a big sleepy boy.
Oh, boy.
I do have a question, though. Why are you here disguised as some noble? And where's that noble? And did you kill him?
Lord Corvus Crane was an angry man, abused his wife and only child. I assure you no one misses him. I did so I had a place to store the dragon while I feeded off of him.
Well, I still don't think you should be killing people and taking their houses.
Well, old habits, you know.
Can you do us a favor and call off your guards?
Yeah, fair enough. He will, he'll turn to face the wall, and he'll say, Callie, call them off and open the dungeons. And you're surprised that there's a dwarf with a leaf poking out from her auburn hair who's standing here in the dungeon with you. You did not see her.
Whoa.
I just thought she's part of the furniture.
She nods and then runs up the spiral staircase.
Man, I'm tired. All I do is open up dungeons. Open this one, close that one, move that dragon, feed that dragon. What do I look like, a Dungeons and Dragon master?
Just breathing a sigh of relief. Okay.
She's going to open the roof so the dragon may leave. Finian, I recommend you pull your cloak tight.
And
Thank you for the advice.
you're not concerned about his vendetta against you? You did keep him imprisoned for a very long time, I assume.
Oh, yes, I'll be leaving before you open these gates.
Well, hold on, guys. There's probably an easier way to get this dragon out.
Yeah, the plan we came up with
Yeah.
just a few minutes ago.
Right, we need to accompany him back to make sure that his mother upholds her end of the deal anyway.
Yeah. Finian, turn him into a frog. I'll put him under my hat. Nobody will ever know.
We'll have to wake him up again and find out if he's still okay with this plan.
Okay. I'll pick up a pebble, toss it at him.
It'll clang against the metal cage and Valier will raise a hand. I said wait until I leave.
So I'm gonna walk up to Valier. Hey, man, just real quick, like you kind of ditched out on us, like on the boat without saying goodbye, and now you're just gonna ditch out again. Like I thought we were like buddy. Are we not? Are we not cool or what?
What do you want, a kiss and a hug goodbye, Mo?
No, I thought you were part of the group. Like I thought we had like a friendly, like whole, the 6 adventurers.
That is not how I saw it. I hired you to start a war. You did. I gave you your bodies back as promised, and the transaction was complete. What more do you want? You want to be my friend?
Well, I thought you wanted to like get involved in the hijinks and everything. Is that not how you roll? Or?
Hijinks. No, that is... I have been focused on freeing my people from the tyrant king. I don't have time for your hijinks, Mo.
Oh, well, I mean, there's a lot of time in the day. You could just do a few hijinks. Like, for example, when Finian threw the bugs in the hallway.
I did not. No, I only stole some. Did I say that out loud? Valier, I have another question, or maybe a coincidence to point out. It seems a bit suspicious to me that we have found ourselves back face to face with you, neither party realizing that we would meet again in these circumstances. And even more bizarre, you confiscated this dragon from its mother to free us from malice, and now we found ourselves on a mission to free this dragon from you, sent by its mother in a swamp we were sent to die, from a mission that I started long before.
Do you believe in fate, Finian?
I believe that there is a god called DM.
All hail DM.
Who's pulling the
DM
strings?
pulls the strings behind the scenes. I don't know what to make of this, but the gods have certainly put us in a very strange set of circumstances to find you again, just like this.
He contemplates this for a moment. I was not expecting to find the 5 of you in this dungeon, that is for sure. And now your plan is to return the dragon. I suppose it would be the world rebalancing itself. I stole the dragon so I could free you, and now here you are to free the dragon from me.
Well, this dragon's mother has certainly upset the balance in the swamp and has poisoned it.
I would have killed her if I had the chance, but I was rather distracted with the task at hand, I'm afraid.
If it is cosmic balance, it is poorly implemented, perhaps. But more importantly, if we are on the topic of fate and some greater powers controlling this entire destiny, what is happening at Yabu's Rise? Why are so few gathering there?
I have no idea. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
You haven't heard about the 7 gathering at Yabu's Rise?
The 7 of who?
Well, there's 5 of us, so we need 2 more.
I think we're good. Don't worry about it.
Well, what's wrong, JR?
Nothing.
He might be the 6th.
No, I think you should leave. I think he's starting to stir. I'll point over at the dragon.
Dragon snoring.
I'll nudge JR. What are you talking about?
He killed someone and took over their life like a parasite.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you never killed anyone before, JR?
Look, we're on a time crunch, okay? We need to make sure that you 2 get your bodies back. Apparently, this is coincidence and not machinations. Let's just go back to what we were doing and send Valier on his fate.
Yeah, I frankly have no interest in what you're talking about. The war seems to be over in Belior. I need to go home. I have enough blood on my hands at this point.
Hey, Joey. I'm gonna ask Sean to do a history check and see if he knows anything about Yabu's Rise, because I assumed this guy, Valier, was one of the main people. 13?
Sean has never been to Yabu's Rise before. However, he knows it's a northern city on the cusp of the Eye of the Storm, which is the essentially northern sea.
I'm going to roll my eyes. Everyone knows that by just looking at a map. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, unfortunately, he has no idea why people are gathering here or what the big deal is.
Okay,
All
fair
there
enough.
isn't either.
And he scoffs that you would ask him. If he knew, he would have told you months, like when you guys found out a month ago.
Fair enough.
Valier will reach into his cloak and snap off an amulet and hand it to you, JR.
Okay.
This is the key to the cage.
Okay.
And then, almost as if on cue, the dungeon rattles as gears begin whirring, and sunlight beams into the dungeon, reflected downward off of the polished stone walls. Valier's skin, of course being an elf, begins to sizzle and melt, but he doesn't seem to be in pain. He just seems kind of sad and forlorn. The dragon is all yours.
Oh, what about the magic items we took? Are those also ours?
You may take whatever you wish. I'm leaving.
That is a man who walks with a lot of demons.
I never wanted this burden, but once grief turned to anger, it never went away. Friends or not, I do hope to see you all again someday.
What are you going to do in the meantime?
I don't know. This body feels little pain. It does not tire. I need not eat. All the more time I spent alone with my rage. So if the rumors are true, and the tyrant king of Belior is no more, I suddenly have a lot more time on my hands. His body dematerializes into bright green butterflies, and he flutters up into the sun, and he seems unaffected.
Can I try and
Toasted
catch one?
butterflies.
You may try to catch a butterfly.
What, just like a dex check?
Yeah.
Don't, you're going to grab his junk.
I rolled low. Why? I got an 11. It's a cool butterfly. We can put it in the glass jar with all the venomous stuff.
You could pin it to a backing board.
Your body is going to disintegrate.
Unfortunately, that is not high enough to catch one of them.
Damn it.
Your hand burns a little as you touch it. It's very toxic. And The
Gross,
moment
man.
of hesitation means it escapes.
Ew. He needs to shower. That was gross.
I'm going to flick a firebolt at the dragon.
Almost magically, now that Valier is not here, it seems like whatever spell was cast over the dragon ends. And the firebolt hits the dragon, and he, with his tail, rubs at his scales where you hit him, as if like rubbing a fly away.
Yeah, it was a small
And then he'll
firebolt.
open his eye and see the 5 of you again.
I'll look at the gem he gave me.
Yeah, it looks like like you could press the gem into the mechanism.
I don't think turn him into a frog and carry him away.
I don't think him flying out is a good idea in a city that literally is known for catching dragons. Attur.
He stands once again as much as he can in his little cage, and up close you can see what 8 months of captivity have done to him. Though he's almost his father's size, he looks half his weight, and he's also notably missing one of his front legs.
Regarding our previous conversation, this elf is going to turn you into a frog, and we're going to sneak you out.
Before we do that, could I just do one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to go up to Attur. I will not cast friends. I'm just going to ask him, hey.
Hi.
He's adorable.
It seems like you've been through a lot, and I'm curious to know what you'll do when you get back to the swamp. Are you excited to see your mother again?
I have been held prisoner for 8 months. I have no intention of returning to the swamps only to become my mother's prisoner.
You don't like your mother?
No. And the human man said that she hired you. Is that correct?
Oh.
Yes, she did.
Against our will.
Yeah, more forced us.
But it was at the threat of great peril. If you're telling us that our enemy is also your enemy, it does seem to me that we could, at least temporarily, become good friends.
He sniffs the air. Seems like he's gauging if you're lying to him or not.
I'd be happy to roll a charisma check.
Make persuasion.
19.
This is an interesting proposal. We will return to Miarum and you will aid me in killing my mother.
Your mother has created great imbalance in the swamp of Miarum. She has poisoned it and taken captive many of the inhabitants of the swamp. I would pledge myself to your alliance in removing your mother and her influence from the swamp. That was my original mission when I left Noctara months ago.
And how do you plan to get me back home?
I have a scroll your mother provided that should open a portal.
Then what are you waiting for? Open the portal.
We have to return to a specific point in Dragon Spiral.
Ah, I see.
And this is why it makes the most sense to do as our friend JR here has suggested. To change your shape to something less conspicuous.
We can't kill your mother without you, so you don't need to worry that we're trying to double-cross you. You can trust us.
And if you want, you can take an hour to think about it.
Would you like a short rest?
Yeah. I'm out of spell slots.
Our two friends, just to finish the thought from earlier, our two friends here, their lives are in the balance if we do not return you to your mother.
Maybe
She will
don't give
destroy
him
them.
that much information.
Well, no. Hang on. We can use it to plan, because I was going to say we shouldn't come back just swinging, because I think our souls are in like a deal of some sort.
The deal was to bring him back.
Right, but what if she needs to like enter a receipt in some sort of system to prove that we did the deed?
My mother has cursed your souls. I smell it on you.
Oh.
When we return, we will have her remove the curse. And then we will kill her.
Oh, wait, just give me an hour. I can do that.
Wow.
What reason would she have to remove the curse? She has you back. She has no reason for us and no reason to deal with mortals.
This is just as likely. Either way, we need to be prepared to bites at her throat when she's not expecting it.
Are you able to remove the curse?
Not my mother's, no.
Then we have no transaction that can happen.
Either way, we don't have a transaction. If we don't go back, their souls disappear. If we go back without him, we don't uphold our end of the bargain. This is the best choice we have.
You are right.
With Attur on our side, I think it's the only way.
I'm going to reach out to Finian mentally. With your mission, are you certain it was his mother and not him?
When I was first in the swamp and killed by Avro, I didn't see the evidence of this type of blight, which suggests that it took some time. And if Attur was taken 8 months ago, then I can only assume that this blight has spread as a result of his mother, and not him.
Fair enough. It is the best information we have, I suppose. That's been our entire journey so far.
And I don't think this Attur will come willingly without at least some semblance of a plan that benefits him.
Agreed.
I will come willingly to kill my mother with you. Of course, you're here to free me. Why would I refuse?
Can he hear their...
No, he's just talking to the other three of you.
I was like, what?
Okay, so I think I might have an idea. If we're so worried about the mom's curse, okay, so JR, you're also like a warlock of a dragon, and you were able to get rid of curses. Do you think Walker could help us? Because I also feel like Walker didn't want to be there either. I was
that guy's
just
an ass.
catching that vibe.
I mean, I guess maybe not. I don't know. I don't think he could. Why would he have taken that spell?
Because I was just trying to open up a door.
That's a good point.
That could be a desperate plan C.
Yeah.
If he knew how to remove curses, maybe. But that's assuming that he knows how to do that.
I mean, he's you, but better, right?
Wow.
I suggest we plan with him for an hour so I can get a short rest.
Fine. We can do that.
Okay.
So that is exactly what happens. You guys rest here for an hour. You all have a short rest. During the hour, he agrees to the plan. He's eager to be free of this place after 8 months. And he's not hiding that fact. So he does agree to be polymorphed if it means he can get up to the streets.
Wow, it does mean he can be worked with, because a dragon being okay with polymorph, that's something.
I just thought of the funniest thing you can do. Now that you have a frog that's a dragon, if you ever need him, you just chuck him at someone so he hits him, does damage, and then he changes back.
I can do it because I have improvised weapon.
I'll just toss him to Mo and he
I
just
throw this dragon at you.
eat a frog.
Only in D&D.
He's not toothless, he's legless.
I guess I will ask him about how he lost his leg.
The Arakakra who took me from my home took it in the battle.
I am sorry to hear it.
You don't have to try small talk, Gith.
And he looks to you, JR.
You have the key. Let us be done with this.
I like this dragon.
Okay, Finian, cast the spell.
I cast polymorph on Attur.
What do you turn him into?
I think we agreed a frog.
Yeah.
Yep. He attempts to hop out of the bars, but he can't. There's some force field preventing it.
I'll go and press the key into the hole.
And you see the pulsing cloudy gems around the cage deactivate, and he, with a ribbit, hops out of his cage.
I'll pick him up and put him under my hat.
Okay.
They'll never know.
Do you want to cut little eye holes so he can see out too?
Are you going to go to culinary school and have him help you?
Yep. Guys, I'm not controlling myself.
Frogatui.
He's making me do evil.
Sure.
First it was soul render, now it's a frog.
Sure, you
It was
want
me
to.
the whole time.
You guys ascend the steps up into the mansion to leave the manor, and you see that same dwarf up there, essentially directing everyone. It looks like they're cleaning house. They're out of here.
Oh, wow.
Hey, that stash of magic items, now that I think about it.
I'm gonna roll a
We
d20.
also, I just realized as well, during that short rest, had plenty of time to attune our new items, so heck yeah.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
good point.
Oh yeah, the amulet's already in my pocket.
Valier was in a rush. He did not take them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know,
go.
I haven't ever been greedy this entire campaign. I'm going to take my bag of holding and shovel it all in.
He did, however, take the few jars of insects that Mo did not shatter. Those are gone.
Can I?
Oh, whoa.
I'm just going to go up to the dwarf woman for a second. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize you guys were going to have to clean that up, and I'm just going to scurry away.
In my inventory, I now have a jar of hornets.
Yes.
You did steal
stole
that.
the jar
And
of
obviously they're more valuable than a
Uh-huh.
bunch of magic items. Oh, boy.
There's something special about
I know the
them, so.
DM is just sitting there
Yeah, I
shitting
mean,
himself.
you've seen him. He has something with butterflies, so something's going on there. Outside the gate, JR, you feel some stirring underneath your hat.
Hey.
And the frog slips down, kind of leaving some slime on the side of your head as he hops down to the ground.
I'm going to try and grab him.
As you try to grab him, he begins to grow rapidly.
Finian, don't drop concentration.
I'm so sorry. I was looking at these hornets.
In the span of heartbeats, the little adorable frog is now a rather massive, intimidating black dragon.
Damn it.
And he looks down at you, JR,
I'll see you at the tree, but know this.
and he takes in a deep breath.
I would sooner die here than leave peacefully. I will make a funeral pyre of dragon spiral.
And he, with a burst of acid breath, begins running, just beelining it towards that tree.
This wasn't part of the deal.
Follow that dragon.
Deals with black dragons seldom go according to the terms of the arrangement.
Damn it, did you see that, guys? That was so cool.
I'm already running. I'm just trying to avoid the acid trail.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch this guy. I don't want him killing a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd find myself chasing after a black dragon that I wanted to be friends with.
I know, this has been a whole series of things for Finian.
thought I would be chasing after an elf who wanted to be best friends with a black dragon.
Welcome to D&D. As you run out into the streets of Dragon Spiral, the destruction wrought by Attur is basically immediately evident. Crowds are fleeing from the chaos while mage guards have taken action, creating force fields to protect citizens and architecture alike from the surprise dragon attack and his
Sorry.
acid breath.
At least we're not in Belyor, because
Yes.
having all this extra magic is
The
going to save a lot
magic
of
is
people.
super helpful. It's not as destructive, and luckily for you, Attur hasn't had any time to recover from his captivity. He's struggling to fly, and with a missing leg, his movement is half gallop, half limp. Though, of course, he's still big, so his stride is plenty fast.
I wild shape into a passenger pigeon. They're very quick, flying birds. And I try to catch up to Attur, and using my new item, I'm going to try to speak to him in Draconic. And try to get him to stop.
So you're
I'm just picturing how funny it's
I
going to
know.
you're
look.
a bird with antlers speaking Draconic.
Yeah.
What do you say?
In Draconic,
Attur, you're only creating more enmity from the people of Dragonspire who clearly have the ability to enslave dragons. Don't you worry that they're going to come for you eventually.
I don't care. I have thought of nothing other than torturing these mortals for 8 months. I will not leave until I do.
If your mind is set, then consider that our alliance will only last as long as it takes to restore you to your rightful place in
You
the
need
swamp.
me to rescue your friends. I'll see you at the tree.
What's the weather today?
There's a 5%
relevant.
chance of hail, a 10%
It
chance
is relevant now.
and there's a pressure movement coming in from Belyor.
It's a windy day.
Nice.
As the other four of you run to catch up to him, you turn a corner onto the wide street where he is to find another group turning onto that same street, but from the opposite direction. And now you're kind of awkwardly running alongside them towards the dragon.
What are you guys running for?
The one closest to you, a goblin with a tattoo of a forked tongue under her lips, scowls up at you.
What are you losers doing here?
We're trying to help you. What are you doing here?
And Asamar among the group, who's flying above the other 7, sneers down at you. Tana, and particularly sneers at JR. She's wearing a well-tailored blazer, and it's blue, making her the only person aside from JR you've seen in Dragon Spiral wearing blue.
Oh.
What are you? Cosplayers? Dragon Con isn't for another few months.
I'm running, holding Dargus. Do we have to buy tickets now, or?
Oh, it's way too late.
The only human among them, a woman with a shaved head and yellow monk robes, cuts in. This is not the time for petty squabbles, everyone. We must focus on killing the dragon.
It is written.
Well, no, we're focused on saving the dragon. Wait, I shouldn't have said that.
All 8 of them look over at you guys.
They're like Bizarro us.
Why would you say that?
If we can save this dragon, we can kill the bad dragon, and we can save the swamp. Please just trust us.
I'm gonna need you all to roll initiative.
Bird, I guess I'll do it.
Fuck. I'm gonna use my inspiration to re-roll that initiative. Oh, great!
So instead of 6-second turns, each round will represent a city block you guys travel.
Gotcha.
There are 4 blocks between you and the courtyard where Attur is heading, where the big tree is. If anyone from the other group reaches him before you can all escape through that tree, he will take significant damage, and in his state, it won't take many of them to kill him.
So we're essentially playing Capture the Flag, but it's Capture the Dragon?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically. Heen.
19.
Tana.
7.
Ooh, even with a reroll?
Yes.
Finian.
6.
JR.
5.
Okay. You guys are not ready for a fight, Mo.
I got a 15.
Okay, well.
Of course, the monk would
Yeah.
be ready.
Calmly, the ASMR in the blue blazer will remove her monocle and tuck it into her jacket pocket.
She was flying with a monocle.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Gotta keep that drip. High respect.
And a bolt of lightning arcs out of her hand.
Okay, poser.
She aims it at JR, of course, and Tana and Mo, you are caught in this. Make a DC 17 dex save.
Yes, let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Take 31 lightning if you fail, half if you pass.
Or 0 if you passed and you're a monk.
Or, yep.
Holy shit.
Thanks, Zach, for the magic item.
I have an amulet of vengeance, otherwise I'm gonna die. There's a command
You're
word, right?
gonna die?
What's the command word for the amulet?
Allie never told me. It's up to you.
Pickles!
Okay. As you yell pickles, the half of the electricity from the lightning bolt is absorbed into your amulet.
Thank you so much, Allie. Thank you.
And you feel it pulsing. Your next spell will include this damage. Heen,
yes.
It's your turn.
Somebody woke up today and chose violence.
Yeah.
And it wasn't me this time.
Well, it is your turn, so we'll see.
Okay, I don't want to kill these people, even though they want to kill us. I'm going to try the peaceful option first. I'm going to cast Fear on them. It's a 30-foot cone, so I'll just take a step to the side if I need to hit all of them. So I need them all to make a DC 17 Wisdom save, or things about to get spooky.
And what happens if they fail?
They're going to have to take the dash action and move away from me by the safest route on every one of its turns.
I have one.
That happens, and on their turns, you'll find out who passed and who failed.
Alrighty, and we'll figure out what their greatest fears are, too.
Mo, before that, it's your turn.
Okay, so I picked up Durgus because I don't know what his move speed is, and I didn't want to leave him behind. So I'm going to turn on the street once we hit, like you said, they're city blocks, right? Mm-hmm. Once we hit a block with an intersection over to them, I'm actually going to peel off and head towards them, running with Durgus in my hands. You said there was a monk in the group?
Yes.
And you said she was wearing yellow?
Yes.
I'm going to run up to her. Hey, did you get your yellow from the moving monastery? Because we kind of disbanded that.
She snaps out of her focus. She is dead. Like, her eyes are set on the dragon, and she glances over at you. What?
Well, we learned this in the monastery. I'm going to try and trip her.
What?
Opposed? I guess it would be Would it be opposed dex? Because I'm not trying to grapple, so...
She rolled a 22.
Damn. Okay, I rolled a 20.
Oh, no.
You have never seen monk skills like this before in your life. She barely even hops over your leg. It's just part of her running cycle that she avoids your leg.
What the I'm gonna like run up to her again. How'd you do that? And then I'll end my turn.
It's her turn. And she spares you one more glance. Worry not. Losing isn't so bad when you have nothing to lose.
Oof.
And she'll pat you on the shoulder, and then she will take off running with her monk speed.
Cool.
She is a block closer now. Teen, that goblin is eyeing you. She says under her breath. And then, against all logic, she screeches,
I want juice!
and she jumps onto your leg and begins crawling up your back.
Ah!
I need you to make...
Greg is over here dying. He's dying.
I need you to make an opposed strength to try and get her off of you. She rolled a 19.
I rolled a 15.
You take 10 piercing and 3 poison as her gnarled teeth dig into the back of your neck. It's at this moment that you realize she has probably never brushed her teeth before in her life.
Oh.
Is that
Is
what
that
the
where the poison-
necrotic came from?
Well, Heen's getting gangrene now.
Oh, she's so toxic.
Meanwhile, their Gith, clearly she is seeing some horrible things because she has not only stopped running, but she's now running away from you, Heen, and just into a side alley.
This is kind of interesting because apparently she must be very superstitious because I get a twinge and I understand she's running away from ladders. I just polymorphed into the biggest, scariest ladder she has ever seen. And that's a no-go. She's straight out.
It's trying to make her go under it. She's like, no.
I'm having such a funny picture of a running ladder.
I think I'd run.
Wait, does it do the little tippy taps with
Yeah,
between its legs? Or is
that's
it just like translating
No,
like
tippy taps
physics?
is how I'm seeing
tippy
it.
Taps. All right, I'm tippy tapping ladder at her.
Perfect. Bright, hot fire swirls into the hands of their tiefling.
Oh, come on!
Well, fuck me. Am I surprised to see you here, Tana?
What the fuck?
Looking over, you see a familiar man, Calix, one of Karzire's 3 children. But you don't have a lot of time to think because fire explodes outward, and the 4 of you who are still here, so everyone but Finian, make a DC 16 dex save.
Hot dummy, she's fireproof. Oh, wait, not me.
JR, your next dex save is an 18 from Melpomene. From his burning hands, take 14 if you fail or 7 if you pass. Tana, it's your turn.
I hate this guy. He is such a jerk. Calix is the middle brother of Karzire, right?
That's right.
Oh, I hate him. You know what? He's a little bit better at fire than me. But he forgets that I can control chaos. So, while I'm screaming the worst curses you can think of in our tiefling tongue, I will cast Hunger of Hadar and open a 20-foot tear in space right in front of him, which means he will immediately take acid damage.
I thought the goal was to avoid breaking reality.
No, this is a spell I've been practicing. I have a ton of control over it.
Where have
Usually.
you been practicing this?
You know how sometimes you feel little tickles when you're sleeping? Those are the tendrils that are coming out, but I'm pretty good at controlling them. Anyway, he's going to take 10 acid damage from the tendrils that are creeping out that I can hopefully keep control of.
As he runs into the darkness, you hear him scream until he stifles it, and then the scream is replaced with him yelling,
You were always such a fucking joke, you freak.
That actually hurts my feelings. They were always really mean to me.
Finian.
Flying next to Attur at high speed, I alight on Attur's, like, just at the base of his head.
Sure.
With my newfound magic item, the Ring of Dialect, I can speak in Draconic. In my head, the voice coming out of my mouth speaking Draconic sounds low and rumbly, like, You, Attur, you may find yourself, and so on.
Yeah.
to him, it sounds a bit more like this. Hey, Attur! You probably should stop what you're doing.
Are you the voice of his conscience?
I don't know, but to him, it just sounds really stupid.
If you're sitting on his shoulder telling him nice things, that means you're the voice of his conscience, which makes you Jiminy Pigeon.
Oh my god. Totally Jiminy Pigeon.
What are you trying to convince him of?
Attur, you've got to make it to that tree as fast as you can. I think those people down there are going to hurt you. And in your weakened state, we need you as strong as you can be to face your mother.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm really bad at those, especially speaking like that. So I'm going to take a disadvantage on this one. That was a 2. Let's see if I can do worse than that.
Actually, your next charisma is a 13 from Zach.
Right on. Okay, well, then I'll just take a 13 minus 1, so 12.
Okay. It's... He doesn't have any intention of listening to you, but as you do point to the tree, he does want to get out of here, so he'll step on fewer humans as he makes his way to the tree. The orc among them will scream out, "Please don't! No!" And she will join the Gith in running away from Heen. JR, it's your turn.
Okay. You said it's windy, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my new item to start my flying speed. So this will probably look like I'm running, and then I start running on the wind and start running upwards as my feet catch wind currents.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna look over at this female ASMR, confused for a second, pondering how I feel about this.
Does JR have a thing for
He does.
ASMRs?
Yeah.
He's sexually attracted to ASMRs.
Oh. Sexually?
Sexually.
Yeah, especially
Sexually.
shooting lightning. Anyway, and then I'm gonna look at the rest of this group.
Yeah.
And then be like, wait a second. Like, hey guys, identity theft is no joke. And I'm gonna cast my Draconic Blast, hopefully hitting as many as I can. So they all make dex saves, DC 16. And then any fail, let me know.
Big Boy Vic said the next enemy save is a 5. Ooh. Is there one in particular you'd like to give that 5 to?
Yeah, the ASMR.
Okay.
She's stealing my stick.
Take that, ASMR.
11. Lightning.
All right, so the ASMR fails because you gave her the failing roll. The human monk is already ahead. She's out of the blast radius. The goblin is on top of Heen. Are you targeting him in this?
No.
Okay, so she avoids it. A couple of them have fled already. The tiefling fails. The triton, who hasn't gone yet, fails. And the dwarf, who also hasn't gone yet, succeeds.
So 3 fail. I will use all my uses of my paralyzing lightning to make all 3 of them make con saves. And if they fail, they are stunned for their next turn.
Ooh, that's good.
Melpomene says the next con save is a 19 that an enemy takes. I'm going to choose where this one goes.
Oof.
The ASMR will take the damage, but she is not stunned.
Ha! I knew you would do that.
She yells out.
I knew you knew I would do that.
The Triton, however, whose turn it is now, is stunned. He will just stumble and collapse to his, fall onto his face and skid a little. And then the dwarf doesn't do anything. She is just watching. She's observing what's going on. And it's the ASMR's turn. You guys have moved on to the second block. She flies in close to you, JR.
I blush. As my reaction.
And then Thunder steps away. Make a DC 17 con save.
Not one.
You take 21 thunder damage as she disappears and reappears a block up.
Luckily, I resist that.
Heen, it's your turn. So to remind you of what's going on here, there's an ASMR who just vanished. There's a goblin on your back yelling profanities in your ear. There is a human monk who's also up ahead. And then the tiefling and the dwarf are still running next to you.
All right, so I'm going to reach out to try and make something so I can actually bludgeon this goblin off. But as I do, I've attuned my Mind Knife diadem. I'm imagining this is like a little crystal, probably made for some worker Gith at some point, so that way they could shape things better, and it probably looks kind of like a little princess
adorable
diadem. So as I reach out, something changes in my mind, and before me are several constructs in my head. I see a wall appear in front of the running crew. I see a club appear in my right hand, and I'm taken aback by this, and I see these options and permutations coming up, and I, out of confusion, reach out and just touch one. Banana peels. What? There are a series of... My mind settles on a single image, and the rest of them vanish, and a series of spiky banana peels appear on the floor in front of the group that's running. And as the group tries to run through it, they're going to attack. I'm not even sure what happened. I look over to Sean, who's running next to me. Is this your doing? He just shrugs and be like, what? I thought bananas would be a good fight.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
Are these going to be called banana trops? Or are they going to be calnanas?
Both are acceptable.
Well, what
half
are
and
they?
half. Half of them are banana trops, half of them are calnanas.
They're attacking?
So as they run through, they're going to attack them. And you know what? As my bonus action, I see it's going to work, so they're going to do it again.
Well, according to Ricky, your next psionic attack is a 19.
Ooh,
so
nice.
apply that to wherever. I don't know how your class works.
Well, that's unless
None
their
of us
AC
know.
unless their AC is over 28. Yeah, that's going to hit. So very nice. Since you gave me a 19, nice and easy, that's going to be a 28 to hit on the first person who runs through the nanotrops.
The first person is the dwarf who is doing her best to keep up with everyone in her plate armor. And she has AC 20. She just barrels through them.
She forgot to put armor on her feet.
Yeah, apparently. She's apparently barefoot. So go ahead and roll damage.
So the first one's going to be a 17 in force damage. And then because this item also lets me use bonus action to do attack again, let's do it again. For 13 this time. These are spiky bananas.
The bananas pierce through her greaves, and she as she's still running along.
Yeah.
Mo.
Well, yeah, realizing, okay, so that's what it's like trying to keep up with a monk, huh?
A real monk, yeah.
Whoa, that's it. You want to see a real monk?
All right.
I'm going to take off running, and I'm going to start running on the wall, because you want to see what a real monk does?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start running on the wall, and I'm going to run above this monk. And I'm going to look Darius in the eyes as I'm running.
Oh, no.
You're still holding Dargus?
All right, Darius. All right, man, today you become a warrior. And I'm going to drop Darius on the monk.
Make an improvised attack?
With advantage.
Darius is not a weapon.
Today he becomes a warrior. Oh, so close to a crit. I rolled a 19, so that's like 27, I think. 20 up there.
Oh, yeah. He falls directly on top of her head.
What's that spell you guys always reference?
Which one?
Tusk Boar Strike.
Thunder Tusk
Thunder
Boar
Tusk
Strike.
Boar Strike.
She'll take 8. What did you just say, Greg?
Thunder Tusk Boar Strike.
That's what she'll take. And now I'm annoyed because she ran faster than me, so I'm also going to use my bonus action to move even farther.
Under her breath, she repeats, "Seeking violence without reason is wasteful. Seeking violence without reason is wasteful."
Lady, you sound like you're in a cult.
You disrupt her focus once again, and with a vein poking out of her forehead, she glares up at you.
I might have made a mistake.
Then again, avoiding conflict is cowardice, and she will run up the building to catch up to you, and she will try and smack you off of the building. The first attack against Mo is a 6, according to Pete, and that misses. She rolls a nat 20 for the second one.
Oh.
However, Big Boy Vic turns that into a nat 1.
Yes!
Oh!
Thank you, Vic.
Her third attack is a 21, however, and hits, and I got nothing.
Nothing on that one.
Nothing for that one. You take only 5 bludgeoning, but I need you to make a DC 15 con save, because she's using stunning strikes.
Me? Wow. I just fall off the building. I land next to Darius.
You take 2 bludgeoning damage from the fall. Heen, from behind you in your ear, the goblin is screaming.
You gave me a brain freeze. And then you stole our disc. And now you're helping a dragon? Fuck you!
And you feel her dagger stab
she?
into your back.
She's the guard.
The guard.
Is that your reaction to the dagger?
That's my reaction to realizing I'm an idiot.
I need you to take 27 piercing damage.
Oh, she's angry.
Oh my gosh.
And make a DC 13 con save.
Well, the con save is
real.
good, but the bad news is I drop and I lose concentration, so the ladder and other fears are, they're gone.
Oh, that's good to know. As Calyx trudges through this black, inky darkness, he finally emerges on the other side, and he failed his dex save against the damage.
Okay, so he'll take 9 acid damage from the tendrils of living creatures that were grabbling at him. Grabbling? Grabbling.
Tana, a fireball explodes above your head. Make a dex save.
Hold
DC,
Does he cast Fireball?
Yes.
I counterspell it.
Do you counter his
Oh,
fireball?
I love
counterspell
you
that.
so much. Thank you.
You see the fire begin building above you, and then it just turns to sparks that cascade downward.
I'm like cowering, like ready for impact, and then I see it disappears, and I go, "Ha!" and I jab a
he
finger.
just scowls as he's running. And it's your turn, Tana.
I'm gonna chase after him, yelling as I'm preparing my spell. Hey, Calyx, how does it feel that your dad's dead? And I know this is terrible. I shouldn't be doing this, but the words just blurt out. My stepbrother is a dick. And this is the first time I've seen him since I left, and I'm just an idiot.
You seem to forget that I was the one who strangled the bastard to death.
Yeah, well, you still have daddy issues. And I'm going to throw...
He doesn't anymore.
Yeah, I'm actually really freaked out by the fact that he's here, and I'm just totally, like, sticking out my chest and bluffing right now. I'm going to hurl a chaos bolt at him, and it was really low, so I'm just going to bend a little bit of luck here to roll it again.
His AC is only 10.
That's okay, I already did it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so the chaos bolt hits. A chaotic, swirling bolt of just this chaos energy is hurled at him. And as it hits him, reeking of brimstone, it will actually transform into lightning damage, hitting him for not just 23 lightning damage, but at that point, this amulet of vengeance that I've been wearing around my neck will light up, glowing bright red, and the lightning will be ensconced in the swirling red magic as it hits him for an additional 15 amulet of vengeance damage. And then, because I got a little cocky and scared and wanted to puff out my chest so much, I also accidentally triggered Tides of Chaos. Anyway. So it will also be swirling in black, chaotic.
I need you to roll a D100.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. Anyway, that's an 80.
Okay. This one, not as bad as it could be.
Okay,
Actually,
okay.
the strands of fate are yours to tamper with, Tana. You gain inspiration. And if you already have inspiration, you can gain a second one.
That is so great. I need inspiration. It'll be my one.
Oh my gosh.
That was just so inspiring. We're all happy.
It was kind of cool.
great.
You were right. The red lightning and everything. It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Finian.
And no one's dead.
Seeing Heen drop in the street, I say a parting word of encouragement to Attur.
Hey, buddy, keep running for that tree right there. I'll be right with you.
And then I alight off of his neck and fly run speed for a carrier pigeon, which is probably very fast.
Yeah, you can get to Heen
To
quickly.
Heen's unconscious body. I cast Cure Wounds on him at second level, so you're going to get
Big numbers. Big numbers.
2d8.
Big numbers.
So 19.
Ooh, very nice. Thank you.
Heen, you're not dying. Congratulations.
Not on foot. I'm
there-
no longer a bird.
There's still a goblin on top of you, unfortunately. Anyway, JR, it's your turn.
I can't win them all.
So I'll fly over to Heen, grab his shoulder, look at the goblin and say, bye. And then I will, with my magic item, use my free Thunder Step.
Nice.
And I will Thunder Step right to where that stupid ASMR is.
Yep.
Wait, like, are we up in the air now, or are we down on the ground running after him?
I have a feeling that JR's in the air and you are on the
I'll
ground.
make you a check. Okay, actually pretty good. I got a 20, not nat.
Not bad. You still take 3 bludgeoning damage as your ankles crack as you fall. And you land right where Mo and Dergis are.
And I'm going to swing my sword at her, and I'm like, I'm tired of everyone stealing my lightning!
Yeah, even
Nat
me.
20.
Yeah!
And I will crit smite her.
Oh, God.
Smite?
Wait, you have smite?
That's sweet. Must be an invocation that warlocks get.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have all my force. Now, let me roll my sword. And lightning. Haha. So, what this would look like is I just thunder stepped right next to her and dropped my sword down on her. And as it drops, basically the whole area starts to turn like a little hurricane. Starts forming, and it seems to be centering around my sword. And I drop my sword down with the power of the winds of a hurricane on her. Whoa. And she will take 18 slashing.
Okay.
5 lightning, and 58 force damage.
Oh my god! 58?
What?
Before she can even react, she drops out of the sky, unconscious, and she hits the ground hard.
You feel good about what you just did?
No. I will drop down, pull out one of the greater potions, put it on her, and then start running.
That's really sweet.
When you wake up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The Triton is just now catching up to everyone, so that is his turn. The dwarf woman runs in front of you, Finian, and raises a gauntleted hand. I don't want to hurt you. Stand down and tell your party to do the same.
I'm afraid we cannot surrender at this moment. We're trying to repatriate this dragon and get it out of Dragon's Spiral. Its mother has blighted and tormented the inhabitants of Miarum. And Attur, this dragon, intends to destroy her. Maybe this is the lesser of 2 evils.
She looks down at the goblin, who is also listening to this narration. And there seems to be a moment of thought and a moment of reluctant agreeance. Oh, okay, if it means getting the dragon out of here, I'll help you. And then she begins running alongside you. It is the ASMR's turn. She'll make a death save. Finian, you're running alongside the goblin and the dwarf, and in the same block is Tana and her stepbrother running.
Yeah.
And this close to the courtyard, the streets have become wider, cleaner, and generally nicer. I mean, if it weren't for all of the acid that has been splashed all over the place.
Human goop from said acid, probably.
Yeah, well, but luckily, by now, most civilians have fled the scene, and they're under the protection of the shockingly vigilant mage guards, who are focused more on protecting them than they are on dealing with the dragon.
Can I ask you just a quick question? Sorry to interrupt, but are they also actively protecting the profaned?
Accidentally, yeah.
Oh, I don't like that answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, up ahead, JR, Mo, Heen, and Dergis are joined by the human monk and the unconscious body of the ASMR. And you guys have just arrived at the courtyard. Attur is waiting in its shadow, fending off mages who sling spells his way. And even though he's a bloody disaster, he almost looks like he's having the time of his life. Heen, it is your turn.
Okay, seeing that this monk is still here, and I've just come back to consciousness, but now I know how my item works. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to access it again, and I'm going to see the shifting images once again until I come to an item I kind of like. And it's going to be a dragon claw. So I'm going to project a dragon claw swooping in and attempting to not grab her, but scare her. So I'm going to use my projected nightmares trait. So when I attack her, if it hits, she's going to need to make a wisdom save. So let's see if it hits. Ooh. How does a 22 do?
That certainly hits.
Kaboom! All right, well, while I roll damage, she's going to need to make a DC 17 Wisdom or become afraid of it. For 10 force.
She passes the save, but she will take the 10 force damage.
Oh, and I keep forgetting. The bonus action as well, I can attack again, so it's going to sweep in and attack again. She won't need to make the save again, but for another 8 force. Wow, this item is ridiculous.
No, it's your turn.
I don't think I see anything. I don't think I'm hearing anything because I'm stunned. So.
Oh, right. So you're further back. Yeah, you can either skip your action this turn or your movement. Would you like to move ahead or take your action?
I'm probably just going to try and run to the courtyard. Can I see when stunned? I think so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess because I just lose my action. So I'm going to use my movement and my bonus action to just get into the courtyard, and I'm just going to run up with Attur.
Okay.
Can someone open the tree now?
The monk is here now with Attur, and she will begin attacking him. Calyx will rub at the lightning scarring that is arced across his body. He resists fire. He was not expecting lightning from you, Tana.
He always did underestimate me.
And as he's running alongside you, he'll yell,
"You're such a fucking disgrace, Tana. You and your freak mother. You know she only liked you for your powers, right?"
I'd like to say that I'm getting ready to block, but I stumble.
"Say hi to my dad for me, will ya?"
He takes in a deep gasp of air and he holds it in his chest, which begins lighting with the fire that he's holding within. Smiling, he releases this vast flame as he exhales. But he rolls chaos instead. Okay, 1 second.
What? What do you mean he rolls chaos instead?
Oh boy.
What do you mean he rolls chaos instead?
Okay, so I was hoping that this would happen to you, Tana. Okay, so he breathes out, but instead of exhaling fire like a badass, he just coughs up soil.
By what mechanism?
He's confused, but that confusion doesn't last long before his body transforms into a small potted plant. And he lands gently on the ground.
He just soiled himself?
Wait a minute. The 80 that I rolled earlier, was that?
Unclear.
I'm standing over a potted plant of my stepbrother?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It is your turn.
What a day.
That's very Douglas Adams of you, Joey.
I'm going to look to the left. I'm going to look to the right.
You
going to glance up. Anybody looking?
The people nearby are Finian, the dwarf, and the goblin, and they're not focused on you.
Cool, I'm going to stomp my boot on the plant and then keep running.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He was really mean.
His stepbrother.
Really mean.
You know.
No, he's literally a stepbrother.
He's a stepped on brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
She just murdered a man.
I know! I'm trying to diffuse.
I'm just here like...
Finian, it's your turn.
I see the ASMR lying on the ground ahead with the potion.
Yeah, just resting
on her.
Yeah.
So, in my nature, I see that. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go make sure that she gets the potion. So I race ahead as fast as I can to where she is, and I stop for a moment to administer the potion before running on toward the courtyard, where Attur is continuing to wreak havoc.
The dwarf will stop with you when you stop, and she'll help you administer the potion. Why are you helping us?
We had no evil intent against you and your kind. We're just trying to finish our mission here.
Just Calyx! Just Calyx!
You too.
Jeez.
Thank you kindly. It means a lot to me. JR, it's your turn.
I'm gonna... Well, I know what to do against monks. Full Nelson. I'm gonna try and restrain that monk.
If only you had Soul Render, you could stab her like you did Mo.
Yeah, perfect.
That's also good for monks.
Okay, I rolled a 22 for athletics.
Yep, she is grappled. You succeed.
And
So you're just holding her in place.
To stop attacking the dragon. We need him.
Just we need him.
Just some janitor over in the corner.
Tana and Finian, you arrive at the tree, and now everyone who has made it this far is here. Monk is trying to escape JR's grasp, and the goblin does not hesitate to begin stabbing at Attur's feet. But the dwarf does not attack. She's just standing with you.
I reach into my pants and I whip out my scroll. And I read it.
It is step-by-step directions on how to open a tree portal. It looks like she printed a WikiHow article.
How to? Wow. Okay.
Ads and everything?
Yeah, oh yeah. She just Control-P, like, printed the page. The bark cracks as it separates, revealing the bog on the other side, and the putrid scent of decay overwhelms you the second you dash in, allowing it to close behind you.
I yell to Attur to follow us.
Hey, Attur! Come on, hurry up! It's open, let's go!
Interconic. He will follow you through, and the dwarf will as well. And that is where we'll continue next week. I'd like you all to level up to 10 before that. Because it sounds like you're about to kill a dragon.
Hey, does that include a long rest?
No, you guys have not rested. Thank you all for listening to our podcast, and a special thanks to our greater deities Ricky, Zach, and Linda, our deities Big Boy Vic, Melpomene, Pete M, and Allicat, our celestials Ironjaw, Little Lib, David Green, Virgil McClurkin, and Chris Kremko, our hero Chris Matowski, and all of our adventurers. God, so many names, I'm tripping myself up. But it's awesome, keep coming. If you want to affect this story like they do, come roll with us on Patreon and add names to this list.
You guys ready to go eat some 2 million Scoville unit chips?
Yeah, let's eat some chips and
I don't want
die.
to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway.
See you all next week, assuming we survive.
Or not in the hospital.
Yeah.
Bye!
See you, nerds.